Maxwell, the nurse. Where is she at? And you know what? I think I saw Brennon one time in the pods. I think she had a date with Cole. And Cole told her that he didn't like nurses. And we ain't seen her since then. Like, really? During Black Women's Nurse Year? It's because of Cole that during Black Women Nurse Year, I haven't seen a black nurse. The black nurse was sent away because that wasn't his preference. Send a black woman away for a whitey who has flies swimming in doodle juice in his apartment. I know it's been a minute since y'all have seen me really do my reviews and stuff. A bitch been sick. Like, the flu came for me 10 times fold last week. So I've been down with the flu since last Monday, and today is Thursday. I feel way better. If you saw me do my Game of Thrones, my House 613 review, you saw me struggle through that. You know, I'm way better now, but I still have like lingering cold. And what's crazy is usually like when I get a little sick or whatever, like I will Instacart stuff, like Instacart my medicine or whatever. This time it was so hard to Instacart things and get stuff on Amazon. Like, I think it's just the flu, it's flu season. So everybody getting sick, bitch. So it's just been a struggle, but a bitch is back. I still got a little bit of phlegm in me, so please just be patient with me as we go through this motherfucking Love is Really Blind. We're gonna call this the Love is Really Blind and Stupid review. This is Love is Blind's worst season. And to be honest, if this is where y'all gonna continue to go, y'all really don't need to do this show no more. Like, it's just not hitting. It's not hitting. It's not even entertaining. You know what? First of all, I made myself some green juice so I can get my fruit intake for the day. Got some spinach in here. Let me fix myself my drink and we're gonna get into this. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna address when it comes to Love is Blind, I think y'all already know where I'm going. If you've been following me, if you've been following my vlogs, if you've been following my commentary, I'm gonna ask about the Black women's. It is Black Women's Year. Where are the Black women's? Like, first of all, I saw several Black women in the previews. So I was excited to start watching Love is Blind to see their experience, to see their journeys, and it was no Black women's. Where the Black women at? Where the Black women at? When the front, the back, and you feeling that? I won't want that nothing, you receive that. I'm trying to, like, where my girls at? Like, where my girls at? Where my Black girls at? Chelsea Jordan. Where is she? Where is Chelsea Jordan? Kim Clark. Where is Kim Clark? Like, where is Kim? Where is she at? Sharita Scott. Where is Sharita Scott? Where is she at? Hold on, Brennon Maxwell? I think that's her name. Brennon Maxwell, the nurse. Where is she at? And you know what? I think I saw Brennon one time in the pods. I think she had a date with Cole. And Cole told her that he didn't like nurses. And we ain't seen her since then. Like, really? During Black Women's Nurse Year? We ain't seen the black nurse since the white man told her that he don't like nurses. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, honestly, I could joke about this, but I'm not, because I don't think it's funny. I think at this point, the producers of Love is Blind have made it very clear where they stand when it comes to Black women and Black women finding love. I think where they stand is, we gave y'all Lauren. That was enough. We gave y'all Lauren, that was enough. And it's crazy because we really only have 2 examples of Black women on the show. Lauren and Cameron, which was great. We all loved Lauren and Cameron. But then we also had, so for as Black women, we have Lauren, who went on to be with Cameron. And then we had Amber, who was with, what was his name? Carlton? Or was it Amber and Carlton? Or Diamond, who was with Carlton. And we remember that whole pool scene where you about to lose your wife. Watch me as I skip to the next dick. I mean, that shit was fucking weird. And he made the whole comment about her wig. Like, that shit was fucking weird. But I even was upset about that because I always felt like that whole situation was a setup. Because the way he wasn't forthcoming about his sexuality and the way they just kind of sprung that on her. Like, here's the thing. Whenever I watch reality television, I always watch as somebody who has done it before. And because I know so many of the behind the scene tricks, I don't see it the way the public sees it. I always felt like that situation was forced. And now this past week you had Lauren, who was with Cameron, they're still married to this day. But she tweeted, she said, you know, most of these situations are forced on Love is Blind anyway. So why not force us to see more of these black women and their situations? Why not force them? Why not create situations that do force them to talk to more people in the experience so we see more of their experiences? She tweeted that. And so after seeing her tweet that too, it just really just stuck everything for me, which is Love is Blind doesn't want us to see black women in love. That's just it. Like, for whatever the reason, like, don't tell me, oh, they didn't make no connections in the pod. There are so many of these couples who go forward it's clear as day that there's no real connection here, but they're still there because you want entertainment. Okay, so the least you could do, I mean, this might sound weird, but it's like the least you could do is entertain us by showing us what we want to see, which is black women. Like, why can't we see black women not making a connection? And why can't we hear them talk about that? Like, why can't we at least get exit interviews, something from these black women, so it doesn't look like you're just putting black women in the promo to attract black women, but then we get to the show and the black women are dead ass non-existent. Like, I only saw the one chick, Brennon, that was the nurse in the pod. And then I think I saw a moment with Nancy, and she was getting advice from, I think it looks like it was, let me go back and look at these pictures. It looks like she was getting advice from Sharita. I have to go back and I'd have to go back and look at it again, but it looks like she was getting advice from Sharita. So clearly, because as she was getting advice from Sharita, I think she was talking about being stuck between Andrew, the Asian guy, and Bartise. And so that tells me that if Sharita's there giving her advice, that means that Sharita had an experience. Like, she didn't just come into the pods one day and didn't like anybody and go home. No, she was there for days. She was there for days. I want to know what the fuck she was doing. I want to know what her experience was. Why am I not getting to see what these experiences are? I'm just not okay with that. And so to me, as I was seeing that through like the first episode, I think by the first episode I was like, okay, I'm not seeing any black women. I wasn't gonna fucking watch this. And that's just where I was. Until I saw a couple more tweets or whatever, people calling it stupid. So I was like, all right, like probably like a week and a half later, I went and I started watching it. To be honest, again, Love is Blind to me has ran its course. It's not even entertaining. It's not even entertaining. It's not, there's nothing insightful. These motherfuckers need therapy. They don't need wives and husbands. They need therapy, okay? Like, maybe the strategy needs to change, but they need fucking therapy. And another thing too, I don't understand Nick and Vanessa's role in this, the Lachey's. Like, I don't get them. We're on episode 8. I've only seen them twice in the entire series. Their role is non-existent. Why don't y'all have Lauren and Cameron come back? And if you don't want them, at least I would think at this point you would make Lauren and Cameron hosts for Love is Blind. But obviously y'all don't want to do that. I don't know what kind of blood oath y'all got with Nick and Vanessa, but they fucking suck. Okay, they're not entertaining. They suck. It's awkward. Nobody gives a fuck about their marriage. I'm gonna let you know that right now. The last time anybody ever cared about Nick Lachey being married is when Jessica Simpson was talking about eating chicken of the sea. That is the last motherfucking time. I do not give a fuck about his marriage with Vanessa. I do not care. I do not look at them as goals. Please stop making them host these TV shows. They're not fun. They're not entertaining. It's not entertaining. They're not insightful. It is actually boring me to fucking death. I'm sorry. I'm just, hey, y'all wanted a review, right? We're gonna review this shit, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna let y'all know how I really feel about this shit. But why not have Lauren and Cameron come back and host? And if you don't want them to host, why not make them like consultants on the show? Like at least like couple consultants. Hey, you know, you're at this point in the journey. Here is where me and Lauren were when we reached this point in this journey. What are you like? Here's where we've been. Here's what we've been up to. Here's how marriage looks like to us. Like, wouldn't that make sense? They're literally like, I think them and the Barnetts are the two most successful couples from this. Why not have these people come back as consultants? Like, Lauren and Cameron became a worldwide phenomenon. Like, do y'all not remember the effect that this couple had on the world? Why not have them come back and at least make them consultants on the show? Like, it just like, production, hire me. Production people, hire me. Let me help y'all. Cause this shit fucking sucks and it shouldn't, okay? So now let's go ahead into the couples. First of all, I want to talk about Cole because it's because of Cole that I haven't seen a black nurse. It's because of Cole that during Black Women Nurse Year, I haven't seen a black nurse. The black nurse was sent away because that wasn't his preference. And I really want y'all as production to understand how bad that fucking looks. To send a black woman away for a whitey who has flies swimming in doodle juice in his apartment. I'm getting ahead of myself, but we're gonna talk about the flies swimming in feces juice in Cole's apartment, okay? Now let's go ahead and go ahead into Cole and Zaynab. Okay, so first let's talk about Cole and Zaynab, and here they are here. First of all, let me ask y'all a question, and I want y'all to be honest with me. Is Cole good looking to y'all? Like, is this a good looking white man to y'all? Like, I really want to know. Because so many of the women kept saying Cole was so good looking. And I just was like, where? Is my vision off? I don't see what the fuck these girls, like, what is going on? Is my vision at the crossroads? Is my vision in the underworld with Viserys and them? And Rhaenyra's dead baby Visenya? Has my sight left my body, Lord? Because this is not a good looking man to me. At all. Not look good looking at all. At all. The man looks like a fucking clown. And just watching him in the pods, I couldn't even believe that anybody was giving him the time of day. Like, I really could not believe it. The man never said anything profound. The man was saying things like, I don't want to be with somebody who don't like the Jonas Brothers. Like, who the fuck even says that? My favorite band in the world is the Jonas Brothers. Like, who the fuck says that shit? I don't want to be with nobody who's a nurse. I don't like post office workers. Like, sir. Okay, so anyway, I don't know how these two managed to make a connection. He's 27 and I believe she's 32. This is Zaynab, right? But they make a connection. Didn't understand it from day one. What really got me, right? Here's what always gets me. When the couples first reveal themselves to each other. So when he first saw her, he was kissing up on her, squeezing her ass, squeezing her titties, talking about, ooh, look at her titties, look at that ass, oh my God. Ooh, I want to squeeze them titties, I want to squeeze that ass, she's so hot, or whatever. Then you come to find out, he didn't find her attractive at all. He kept talking about how Colleen, you know, once all the couples met, Colleen was who he would have chose, like, in the real world. Like, she's more his type, not Zaynab, right? And so, like, he basically keeps saying this, like, And he keeps saying it to everybody but her. It really gave me remnants of the Indian guy from the last season. Kept telling everybody, like, I'm not attracted to her. There's no physical attraction. There's no physical attraction. And of course, eventually, he finally admits this to her. And it's like, for me, right? What I never get with these shows. Somebody tells you they're not physically attracted to you. Why is there even conversation after that? Like, I understand Zaynab, you're in your 30s, you really want to be married. But are you really about to be taking, like, you're really taking shit from a 27-year-old who looks like this. Like, who literally looks like he doesn't bathe. I don't get it. And Zaynab, you need to have a real conversation with yourself about your self-esteem. Because the way Zaynab was feeling like less attractive after seeing Colleen. This is Zaynab, y'all. This is from her Instagram. This is her. This is a bad bitch. Zaynab, you too pretty. You too pretty. You too pretty. E pi sa avec un garçon qui gen kaka, qui gen mouche kap nage nan dlo kaka nan toilet nèg la, oui? You. Look at how bad this bitch is. Look at how bad this lady is. And she crying over a nigga. She feeling less attractive over a nigga who got flies swimming in doodle juice in his toilet. Mouche kap nage nan dlo kaka nan toilet ti garçon. Come on, be for fucking real. Be for fucking real. Like, Love is Blind it's not real. This shit cannot be real. There's no way she crying over this nigga. It's no way she's feeling lesser than over this nigga. There's no way. Zaynab, you need therapy. You don't need a husband. You need therapy. And you need to stop behaving like somebody who's on their last leg when it comes to dating. You are still fucking young. Like, I don't know. This show really makes girls in their 30s look crazy. Like, bitch, you are in your fucking prime. Have you not seen what you look like? Zaynab, have you not seen what you look like? This is you. C'est ou même oui, Zaynab. Mais figou oui. Come on. Do better. Get some esteem about yourself. Because it ain't no way a bitch this bad is crying and carrying on by the nigga who got flies swimming in. It was feces all over the walls, all over the roof. Doo kaka, tupatu kaka. Then we see all the conflict between them because he clearly tells her, like, yo, like, he's not physically attracted to her, right? The only time they really make a connection is when they fucking. Like, that's about it. There's no real conversation. Like, we are what, 9 episodes in? I have yet to see Zaynab and this man have a real conversation, right? I will never forget seeing her go into this man's apartment. And this man's apartment was so disgusting. Like, honestly, I think white people have issues. Like, when it comes to cleanliness, like, the shit is a sickness. Like, y'all are the reason why we have all these diseases. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, white people are the reason why we have all these diseases. Y'all can get this video taken down. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Y'all niggas is the reason why we have all these. We got coronavirus, we got monkeypox. All that shit came from white people. Like, I am convinced. Because y'all niggas do not believe in cleaning y'all meat. Y'all don't believe in cleaning y'all legs. Y'all don't believe in cleaning y'all toilet bowls. Did y'all see this motherfucker's toilet bowl? Did you guys see the flies swimming in doodle juice in this man's toilet bowl? And what's crazy to me is, Zaynab, you are a grown ass, like, you are grown. Like, you are grown. You are 33, I believe. You're old enough to have a teenager as a child. Like, you are grown. How do you even go into a man's apartment and see that and have any conversation like after that? How? It's the desperation. It is a pure desperation. So I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. Zaynab is desperate. Zaynab is in her 30s. I'm so glad I cannot relate to this. Being in my early 30s, yes. Do I want to be married? Yes. Do I want to be in a relationship? Yes. But I would never be this desperate that I would put up with a nigga like this. Especially, you know, you're seeing in these last couple episodes, this man called her bipolar. This man asked her if she was bipolar because she would bring up concerns. She comes home. Mind you, Zaynab is, I believe she is either Middle Eastern or Indian. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody by this, but this is an ethnic woman, right? So she comes home, this motherfucker said he's cooking dinner, okay? He got Brussels sprouts on the counter, he doing the salt bay, he throwing a little bit of salt on the Brussels sprouts, he cooking chicken. She comes home, he cooking chicken, right? The chicken is on the stove, he cooking it. Not 1 ounce of seasoning. Not 1 ounce. This man did not even put salt on the, like, not 1 ounce of seasoning on the chicken. And so she said it. She's like, how are you cooking this chicken? And it's like, it's no seasoning. And like, he's upset by that. My nigga, it is 2022. White niggas is still out here not seasoning their chicken? Are you kidding me? During these monkeypox times? Y'all not seasoning y'all chicken? So then he asked if I'm sorry. If they decide to get married, they're both stupid. Also too, I think it's a crock of shit him saying that his family doesn't want to meet her. Why is your entire family following her on Instagram but they don't want to meet her in person? No, I believe that he told them people he do not make no connection with her. I don't want y'all meeting her because I'm gonna say no to the bitch at the altar. I do not believe that he's really serious about being married. Okay, next couple. Let's talk about Alexa and Brennon.
I'm having trouble connecting. I'll keep trying.
Girl, I ain't say shit to you. Alexa, shut the hell up. Let's talk about Alexa and Brennon. Don't get it. I really don't have much to say about them two, to be honest. I don't understand it. Am I the only one just confused about it? I don't understand it. Here's a gist of this couple right here. Brennon doesn't think much of himself, so he thinks he's hit the jackpot with Alexa. Alexa is from a privileged...
I'm having trouble connecting. Oh. I'll keep trying.
Oh, Lord. She's from a privileged family. I believe she is Jewish. But she's not from Israel. She is, I can't remember, but I know she's Jewish. She comes from, is it me, or is it just kind of weird that her and all her family members have the same lips? Like that whole, like, baby, the Kardashians did a number on you, you guys who are, because the Kardashians are they're Middle Eastern too as well, right? They've really put all y'all in the chokehold, especially those of you guys who are from those regions. I don't know, it's really weird to see all y'all morph yourselves into Kardashian lookalikes. Like, it was just weird to see her and all her family members have those same lips, the same nose. Like, it just was fucking weird. But it seems like she's from a family of privilege. Her dad looks like he's well off. The house that they went to go visit her dad in was it looked amazing. So I think, and then you got Brennon, who's like from the sticks, and he just thinks this is all cool. He doesn't really say much. She doesn't really demand much from him. I don't get it. If they get married, more power to them. I just really don't care. Colleen and Matt, this is an abusive relationship. Like, I don't know what else to say. There's really not much to say. The way this man yelled at this girl, cussed her out because of that conversation she had with Cole, where Cole was like, listen, like, you really are more my type. You know what I'm saying? You're who I would have, you know, picked. And she just was being nice and cool about it. And she's like, yeah, you know, you're cool too. You're good looking too, whatever. And then just keep him. Here's the thing. All these people were in an experience together. They dated each other. So they're just putting a stamp on their experiences together. That's literally all it was. And to watch Matt, you're playing me, you're fucking playing me, I feel like you're fucking playing me, packing his shit up. Then you have her crying. Like, girl, that is sign of abuse. That is signs of someone who will lay their hands on you. Like, like, Matt gives me Ike Turner. Like, Matt definitely gives me Ike Turner, okay? Like, sweet talk you 1 minute and going upside your head the next minute. He definitely gives me that. And then fast forward to the time when they had all gone out together. They had like a couples event. Then the girls went to the club and the guys stayed back. And he's like, oh, she's going to the club. I don't want to be with a woman who's going to the club on a Wednesday. Bitch, what? I didn't know it was a time frame for the club. I didn't know that there was time restrictions to go get drinks with your girls. Like, what the fuck? Oh, it's on a Wednesday. Okay, bitches get thirsty on Wednesday nights. The fuck? If I want to go and have a drink with my friends on a Wednesday night, that means I'm gonna lose you? Like, are you kidding me? Bye. That was fucking weird to me. And then when she met his friends, and his friends confirmed to her that he's a screamer, he's a yeller. Like, I don't give a fuck that the more and more Matt tells that story about his ex-girlfriend calling him one day, telling him that she cheated on her, that she cheated on him, and she's pregnant by the nigga who she cheated on him with, and that's the last conversation they ever had. The more and more I hear that, the more and more I believe sis wasn't even really pregnant. She didn't really cheat. She just said that shit to get the fuck away from this nigga. He's fucking crazy. Like, he is crazy. You are dealing with someone who needs therapy. These people need therapy. They don't need wives. They need Iyanla Vanzant. Okay? Like, he needs a fucking therapist. He's crazy. He's psychotic. Like, literally psychotic. And the fact that you start crying when a nigga's getting verbally abusive with you, you're showing signs of someone who will easily slip into an abusive relationship. Point blank, period. So anyway, if they get married, more power to them. Let's talk about Bartise and Nancy. Oh my God. Let's talk about these niggas right here. So she, I believe, is 31 and I believe he is 26, right? And it's funny because he made a connection with SK's girl. What is SK's girl's name? Raven. He made a connection with Raven in the pods. And I thought, you know, watching the pods with him and Raven, I thought they made a good couple because they both were, to me, very surface level. They were both workout fiends, like, and they were both around the same age. I think she's 27, he's 25. To me, they made a couple that made sense. He's a trainer, and she's a trainer. Like, they do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I thought they made a better couple, but for whatever the reason, him and Nancy hit it off. And it was, and another thing too, it was crazy to me because I really thought Nancy and Andrew made more sense. Obviously, their age, and even though Andrew was discussed, Asian people, y'all ain't never gonna beat them freaky allegations, and y'all got Andrew to thank for that shit. Andrew was in the pod talking about all type of shit. It's like 1 minute he was talking about, you know, voting, and the next minute he's talking about, you know, I can make myself come without ejaculating. What? Asian people, y'all is never gonna beat the freak allegations. You know that, right? Like, you do know the entire world know how nasty y'all is. I'll never forget stumbling across some Asian porn. I will never forget that shit. I think I was like 12 at the time. My stepdaddy had a stash of porn that I just stumbled across. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just put the shit in. It had like an interesting name. I put the shit in the VCR, and all of a sudden it went. I said, God damn, this is how the Koreans get down? This is how the Koreans get down? Asian people, y'all is never gonna beat the freak Nick allegations. Y'all niggas is some freaks, okay? And Andrew solidified that shit. He closed that casket. Y'all is never gonna beat the allegations. Never. Y'all is never gonna beat them allegations. So I was like, damn, like, how the fuck you go from talking about mortgage payments to in the Love is Blind pod? What the fuck is going on? So anyway, ultimately, him and Nancy didn't hit it off. And it's crazy because then later on when they met each other, you could see like sparks flying. They really made more sense. But anyway, she gets with Barista. What? Another thing that was weird to me, why was Nancy in the pod so scared to tell this man that she had donated eggs? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what? Misogyny has done a number on us, because she was scared to tell him she donated eggs. You had Raven scared to tell him. She's like, oh my God, there's something I gotta tell you about my job. And he's like, what? She's like, I don't know if you would be okay with this as my man. And I'm thinking, what is she about to say? Do she got her OnlyFans? Is she selling pussy? What's going on? I'm a bartender. What? Look at what misogyny has done to y'all bitches. T-Pain got a whole song called I'm at the bartender, oh, if you're looking for me, yeah. Got a whole song celebrating bartenders. What the fuck is wrong with y'all hoes? Anyway, her and Barista make a connection. So when they reveal each other to each other, whatever. Do y'all remember how happy he was to see her? Oh my God, she's a knockout. She's this, she's that. He laying a fat one on her. Like, I thought he was really attracted to her. Then all of a sudden you hear he's not. Now they go on the couples retreat or whatever. He's saying he's not, right? Then he sees how Raven looks, and he really doesn't want to be with Nancy. Like, he is not physically attracted to her at fucking all. You know what I'm saying? And I was so happy that Raven shot his ass down. Raven was like, yeah, I mean, other than physicality, there's really nothing here. Thank you, Raven. Thank you. Because can we talk about Barista and how the fuck he ain't got shit going on? Like, we are 8 episodes in, and sir, what do you have going on? Like, yeah, okay, you're 25, but to be honest, like, I don't think that's an excuse not to have nothing going on. So what you do? You train at the gym. Okay, what else? What else do you fucking do? What do you bring to the table? What is your salary like? Like, I'm sorry, but with that fucking Elmer Fudd haircut, like, and your clothes, like, you ain't even drove right. Like, you don't, like, I'm sorry. What do he got? When Nancy kept saying, I love you, what do you love? Like, what personality? It can't be the motherfucker's personality, because he doesn't like you. Like, he clearly showed you he doesn't like you, right? It was so strange to me. Another thing, too, looking at women, this show, it showed to me, it depicts women in their 30s so desperate to me. And I'm like, I just cannot relate to this shit. Like, the whole, when she kept bringing up Raven and how Raven looked, and I'm never gonna look like Raven, I'm never gonna look, and it's like, bitch, get yourself to fucking together. You look good. You look good. And if that nigga don't like how you look, get the fucking step in. That's one thing I will give to Matt. Colleen would just say one thing he didn't like. That nigga he had his bags packed at the door. I really wish more women would adopt that shit. That's one thing about men. Men don't be trying to hear all that. When men are done with you, they out the door. I really wish women would be more like that. Like, that man was showing you over and over, he don't like you. He wasn't kissing you. He wasn't hugging you. The whole abortion conversation to me was so dumb. Like, it was so fucking dumb. When she brought up the whole thing about, hey, like, if, how do you feel about abortions? And he was like, you know, I'm against abortions. Okay, I see that, right? Whenever somebody says they're against abortions, I always see that as, there's contingencies to that, though. There's always some contingencies, especially for a 25-year-old who ain't got shit. You ain't got shit, okay? So if we have a baby right now, can you take care of it by yourself? No, bitch, you can't. But that whole conversation when she brought up how if genetically you can foresee that the child coming into this world would have, you know, disabilities, like serious disabilities, you know, she would be pro aborting the child. He was like, no, I wouldn't do that. I thought that was just him. That was another reason of him taking another opportunity for him to just shoot you down and show you that he don't want to be with you. Because what nigga in this world, these men, like, traditionally, who spends more time with children? Women do. What nigga in this world is really gonna tell you to not abort your child if genetically speaking, we're speaking about a child that's not going to have a good life? I'm sorry, like, I thought that was complete bullshit, and I felt it was complete bullshit too that he brought it up in front of his family members too. I thought that was completely out of line. And then, you know, of course he had a problem with her having the house flipping business with her ex. Well, here's the thing. Real estate is something that a lot of people are into, okay? And so if she was with her ex for a couple years and they built that business, of course he's still gonna be involved in that. But here's the thing. He was so upset about that, but what's your solution to that? What's your solution? Are you gonna buy him out? No. Are you gonna buy me a house and flip it and start a whole new flipping business? No. So shut the fuck up. Like, I'm like, the whole barista thing, I'm so sorry. And it's like, I don't see the personality. I don't see what he brings to the table. It was so funny to me because, you know, now I'm all caught up and we're on the wedding episode. They left us at a cliffhanger when it comes to him and Nancy. But it was funny to see all his boys who had so much to say about Nancy's appearance. And these niggas look like the fucking Cookie Monster's kids. Like, y'all are ugly as hell. Like, and to be honest, Barista is not that attractive to me. He's just light-skinned. Like, you know, some of y'all still go crazy for light-skinned niggas, including Nancy, which actually, I kind of didn't feel bad for her because remember when the whole couples reveal moment happened and she saw SK and she's like, oh yeah, I saw SK and yeah, you know, I'm glad that I picked who I picked. And it was like, bitch, see, and this is, see, so you felt a type of way about him being attracted to Raven, but you had that to say about SK. What was wrong with SK? He's dark-skinned. He's tall just like Barista. His body's not too far from Barista's. He had a nice body. What? Is it because he was dark-skinned? Like, again, these motherfuckers is not... Anyway, so last couple, Raven and SK. Let me tell you something. SK is the definition. SK is the definition. SK is the definition of don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. This nigga's diabolical. This nigga is diabolical, okay? We saw the wedding episode, but before I get into that, let's just talk about the fact that I just thought from day one, him and Raven made absolutely no sense whatsoever. And I don't have anything negative to say about neither one of them, but I think my number one thing with Raven was the lady showed no sign of compromise. Like, she didn't have a compromising bone in her body. And I understand, like, having standards, right? But is it me or Raven was really crazy with the whole, oh, I know you're not gonna be living in Dallas, but you need to be paying the rent for me living in Dallas even if you're not there. Like, and SK was like, and just the things that she was saying, like, my hair costs $500 to do. I'm just looking at her hair, I'm like, that's $500 hair? That is $500 hair? Like, this wig that I'm wearing right now is $500. And it's literally something that was constructed and I get to install, I get to take it off. I get to install, I get to take it off. Like, so you getting your hair blown out is $500, like color and blown out is, like, that's ridiculous, but whatever. Hey, to each his own. I don't know how white people hair work. But yeah, that just seems crazy to me for that to be $500. It's just, she was expecting so much from him. And I never really heard her talk about what she would bring to the table. Like, it was always what she not gonna do. She not gonna cook. I'm not gonna have flower arrangements. I'm not gonna drive too far from my job. I don't wanna live too far from where I work because I ain't driving too far. Like, she really literally brought nothing to him. But again, SK just moves crazy to me because, again, throughout all that, he never really debated her. I think the most I saw him debate her was the whole family thing, where he was like, okay, my family's coming to the wedding, your family is not. And I mean, that means a lot to me. And she got so defensive about that. She's like, you and your mom are just making this a big deal. Like, what do you want me to do? And in no part, like, by all accounts, him and his mom have been the sweetest to this girl. So I don't know what she was talking about when she said that. She's like, oh, your mom is making it. You and your mom are doing the most with me. I ain't got no siblings. I ain't got nobody. It's like, girl, the shit. Cut the fucking shit. She was upset. She'd get upset about everything. He snores when when they went to go get that massage and he fell asleep. She was upset about that. Like, who the fuck doesn't fall asleep during massages? Like, she was upset. She was upset about him getting the phone calls from Nigeria. Okay, she was upset about the coffee maker not working. She was not gonna be cooking him no meals. Okay, when his African mama came in the, oh my God, SK's mom is so adorable to me. So adorable to me. So sweet. But even her, I felt like it was so clear she was desperate for her son to get married, because she's like, oh, you know, from the time she met Raven, she loved Raven. It's like, what is to love about her? What is there to love about her? She has no compromising in her. She's not going to be cooking for your son. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Nigerian men and their mothers. And if you watch the show, they kind of break that down to you. Their mothers teach these men to live in a world where women are their servants. Like, I've never been in a relationship with a Nigerian. I have gotten Nigerian dick before, and it's very lovely. But to be honest, even that to me, that experience to me was not, I mean, they got big dicks, but to be honest, even in the sexual act, it's like they just expect you to do so much. And it's like, what do y'all niggas do? Like, okay, yes, you guys are good providers. What else? Like, what else is there, bro? Like, I think that how his mom was explaining to her, like, listen, you know, to be with a Nigerian man, it's a lot of losing of yourself. Even if you make more money than him, you have to bow down. Like, you have to humble yourself. You have to make sure he has fresh food every day. Like, there has to be food in the fridge. I have several Nigerian male friends, and when I tell you, even those of them who live here in Atlanta, who don't live with their moms, or their moms are in another state, like, they have found Nigerian women here in Atlanta who specifically cook Nigerian food to make sure that Nigerian men in the city have food in their fridge. Like, it is a serious thing in their culture. Like, I thought Haitian moms were crazy. I thought Caribbean moms were insane. Like, no. Nigerian moms, like, that whole culture, it is to make sure that this man has Nigerian food. Like, he has to have his Nigerian food. And the thing about Nigerian men, they don't really eat a lot of food outside of Nigerian food. Yes, will they go to restaurants? Will you see them down the hookah bar? Yes. But they will leave and go home to have their fufu, to have their igosi, to have their jollof. Like, it is serious with them niggas. And Raven showed no signs of doing that at all, right? And so I'm glad she came as who she was, right? But I thought it was so weird how SK would say, oh, she doesn't show any sign of compromising, but then also, oh, but that's what I love about her. I thought that was so fucking weird. That was so weird. So even like down to the school thing. You're gonna be going away for school for 2 years. She wasn't down with that. Her friends wasn't down with that. And he was like, oh, it'll work. How? How? And so we get to the wedding, right? We get to the wedding. Okay? My sis got the dashiki wrap on her hair. She going down the aisle. Oh, and this was another thing too. I thought it was a crocker shit that her family didn't come to the wedding too. I don't believe these people when they say their families don't want to come. I don't believe that. I don't believe it at all. I believe when you see that, it is because the person does not trust the process and they don't want to involve their families. I don't blame them for that. But, you know, again, you're hindering the beginning of your relationship with this person. Like, this is a marriage. Your family has to be there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she's walking down the aisle. She gets to the thing, and they're like, you know, the Nigerians came in. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their Nigerian clothing on. Baby, did you see them Nigerians' face when Raven was like, yes, 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 and SK was like, I do not. Like, it was so funny to watch his mom, because he hesitated for so long. His mom, with tears in her eyes, was like, I do, say I do. Like, with tears in her eyes, them Nigerians was so shocked. Oh my God, let me see. I feel like I have a clip right here in my phone. Baby, when I tell you I hollered, hold on. This is too funny to me. I'm so sorry. Nigerians will never beat the y'all are naturally funny allegations. Y'all will never beat the y'all are naturally funny allegations. I ain't gonna play the sound for copyright reasons. But baby, look. He's hesitating. She's there. She's waiting for her yes child. His mama is distraught. His mother is distraught. I do. Say it. I do. I do not. Bitch, look at the African confusion. Look at the African. Bitch, the African confusion. Baby, Nigerians will never beat the allegations that y'all are naturally funny. Y'all will never beat the y'all are naturally funny allegations. I am screaming. When I tell you I screamed, but I was so happy he said it because it wasn't gonna work. It was not going to fucking work. It wasn't gonna work. And so anyway, y'all, those are my thoughts. I guess like we'll see who ends up with who. To be honest, I feel like none of these couples are it. None of these couples are hitting on nothing. Lauren and Cameron really were a once in a lifetime experience. Like, let's be fucking for real. Let's be fucking for real. Nobody's taking this experience serious. All these people that are now on Love is Blind are looking for fame. And the thing is, you're not gonna get it. It's not gonna hit. Y'all will never be Lauren and Cameron. Like, Lauren and Cameron were a cultural reset. I need y'all to understand that. And it happened during like in the dead of the pandemic. Niggas ain't have no hope. Niggas was inside, like for real, inside the house by themselves watching this shit. Like, y'all will never get that. Y'all are never gonna have the millions of followers that they have. Y'all are never gonna hit the humanity the way they did. And it's really clear that y'all are just looking for viral moments and y'all are looking for fame. Y'all are looking to be the next it couple with Instagram ads. Good luck to y'all. But I'm here to let y'all know it's not hitting. It's not gonna work. So Love is Blind people, y'all need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe this needs to be a new setup. Y'all need to do a better job at vetting people, contestants that are coming into this. And y'all need to do something about the way that y'all are shutting Black women up outside of, like, y'all are really shutting Black women out of this experience. And I'm not here for that. I think we only got like one other Black goddess, and he was dressed like, what's her name? The boxer who goes viral every now and then for saying, "Damn, they cooking me." What was his name? The nigga looked like a boxing game promoter. What the fuck was that? I'm glad we didn't see his story. I just know it was a mess. But yeah, like, where are the Black women experiences and the Black men experiences? You know, like, where are they? Where are we? We want to find love too. So anyway, drop down in the comments, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.